They're headed off to class now, and I thought they were really focused and excited about getting ready to play a game. So I'll take any questions at this time.
What's your thoughts as you watched the CSU game and the explosiveness they had on offense, but also the opportunistic way that they played defense and forcing turnovers? And
right, the last 4 or 5 games last year, watching them on film, they seemed like to me they went to a different level overall, their whole team, and that's exactly what I saw on film. They were hitting on all cylinders. They were making plays on both sides of the ball, and in their kicking game, I was really impressed with the way they played, and they got a good football team, and we knew they'd have a good football team, and it's going to be a really, really tough game, and they played really well.
How did their explosiveness on the offensive side of the football kind of affect you guys' preparation for this week?
We just play what we play on defense, and just hopefully we can line up, play right, play hard. We knew they were explosive, and we knew they can make plays, and they'll make some plays. They got good players. Coach Bobo does a good job with the offense.
I'm sure you always emphasize ball control, but when you see CSU being so aggressive at going at the ball, do you emphasize that a little bit more?
Oh yeah, ball security is what we do all the time, and then we work on it extremely hard. So hopefully we'll take care of the ball. We have fumbled a few times, but I think since I've been here, we've the least amount of fumbles probably in the school's history. So we got to keep that up, and we'll see if we can do it Friday night. But they do a really good job of stripping the ball and getting after it. That's the one thing you're concerned about as a head coach going into the first game. We've hit our backs, we've hit them some, but in a game situation, they've already had one game where they're getting used to it. It's a little bit different, but hopefully we've enforced it enough, and the kids take enough pride in it to hold it high and tight.
Not that you would overlook CSU anyways, but just given the final score, does that ensure that you've got?
No, we knew they were going to be good, and I knew they would have a very, very good football team, and I knew they were an explosive offensive football team, and I knew they were going to improve on defense because they basically got everybody back on defense. They lost a couple guys, but they've got all their front back basically. They got their linebackers back. Of course, it's a sad story about number 12. I wish he would be playing. I mean, that's really the young man that had blocked. That's so sad. But they've got good linebackers that are secondary. All those same guys we've played against, and they've got good experience, and they're good players. And they do a good job on defense up there. So I think that I wasn't surprised at all how they played on defense with their experience side over there. I wasn't at all.
When you look at Isaiah Oliver's skill set, what makes him maybe a little bit different than other defensive backs who've had a lot of success in the system?
As a very smart guy told me one time, he's an unbelievable athlete. He's an unbelievable athlete. I mean, that's what he is. I mean, anybody that can do what he can in the decathlon and then able to judge a ball in flight and has great depth perception. If you came out here and said, well, who are you going to pick to play kickball? Isaiah. Who are you going to pick to run track? Isaiah. Who are you going to pick to play wide receiver? Isaiah. I mean, he's just that type of athlete. And the unique thing about him, he is, he's in that 6'1" range. But I promise you, he has that wingspan of about a 6'5" guy. If you look how long his arms are. So he's all that ability. Usually guys he's a little high cut. But I watched him so much in high school. He cut up so much film. Because when you see a high cut guy, you're worried he can transition. He could bend so well because he's so athletic, he can transition. And so him being long but can transition like a little guy makes him really special.
With his athleticism, is he a guy who sort of lobbies to maybe get in a different package, play a different position, kind of use his skill set in different ways?
Well, we got him returning punts. But if we didn't have a ton of receivers, you'd throw him over there somewhere. We got a ton of guys. And, he's going to get tired out there. He's going to be playing corner all day long and returning some punts. And you might see him on some coverage units when we need him. So we're going to utilize him. But the best thing is say, go over there, cover that guy, and hopefully we can forget about him,
Something that Brian had brought up, we were talking earlier. Will he be assigned to the best receiver on the field
it depends on
week to week?
It depends on how the team's offense is, what they do, how they do it, how they utilize them. Some offenses put their best guy might be inside. Some guys, their guy might be outside. It just depends on, and then they might not flop them. They might be boundary field. But the other thing that's special about Isaiah is he's off the charts bright, academically and football-wise. He has ability to do both. And so we could change in the middle of a game with him and be able to flip-flop sides. We do that in practice all the time, so none of our secondary, they don't have to be one side or the other. They can just flip-flop and play. I've always trained DBs like that. So therefore, in a game, if you need to make an adjustment, he can make it easily and then throw everybody off kilter.
You think Michael Gallup could play in a Power 5 conference and be as good
Oh
as he is?
gosh, they got a bunch of guys that can play in the Power 5 conference, a bunch of them, a ton of them. They got a great football team. I mean, they really do. I mean, the last 5 games of the year, they were dominating. You know, they played in that game in Idaho, which was an ice bowl. I don't know if y'all have watched that. There's plays where the guys are running and everybody tries to stop it. Everybody falls down. I've never seen anything like it. And so I take the Idaho game out of the picture. They got a really good football team.
You talked about all the guys you have at receiver. Pretty much made it through camp now. Have you had to deal with the tough decisions as far as redshirting maybe some people? And
we're going to take it through the first half of the season and see how injuries go there. Hopefully nobody gets hurt, but if somebody has a season-ending injury or something like that, then we would make a move. But we'll look at it and see how we're going to go through the first little bit and see how it works. Or if somebody's not playing really well, I mean, just doesn't play well for a couple games, we'll have to pull the other guy. So, but hopefully everything goes like we hope, and that would help us in the future too.
What have you decided with your kickers? Who's going to handle those this week?
We are still. I told you I'd make a decision earlier. I hadn't made a decision yet. So I think the competition's good, and I'll make one and tell the kickers before later this week before the game.
What makes Tim Lynott so good as an offensive lineman?
Again, well, he's very athletic for his size, 300 pounds. And the other thing is he's extremely intelligent in there. He understands the game. He understands how people are going to attack him. He's a very good player. But the main thing is he can stay on his feet like a wrestler and be able to still move and stay in front and be able to get to the second level. So he can double down, come off, get to the second level, and stay on a linebacker, which is really hard to do. And he does that. He doesn't do it all the time. He does it more than not.
Has he exceeded your expectations during his career?
No, he hasn't exceeded his expectations. I thought he was that good coming out, and I was really excited we were able to redshirt him and really get him ready. And now we're getting to see a really good player. He'll be better this year than he was last year. I'm excited about Timmy.
You're in a game week now. Practice feel any different? Is it pretty much the same for you guys? Do you feel like once you get a little closer, you see the guys?
When you get near game week, it's kind of like getting near Christmas. Christmas starts Thanksgiving, and you're like happy for a day, and then everybody have Black Friday and all that, and then everybody gets. Then you start getting near, and everybody wants to. Can I open a present early? Can I open a present early? That's how they're feeling. It's like Christmas coming up, and I can tell that. I'm like that too.
Yeah,
you can tell.
Anything else for Coach?
All right, thanks.